on a great Friday, the 17th of April. Wow, what a wonderful, beautiful day outside. We got a great call lined up for you today. As you know, every day, Monday through Friday, we have these calls at 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific Coast time, and also on Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. we have a training call. Hey, and don't forget today at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, you got the four horsemen, myself, Mr. Oren Solomon, Mr. Nelson, and also Mr. James Atlam. So today at 1 o'clock, we got Mr. Oren and, today at 1 o'clock, at 3 o'clock. And don't forget at 6 o'clock, I do another one at 6 o'clock for our team. And then at 6:30 tonight, Ask Al. So, hey, I want to thank people out there. I want to thank Jordan out there in Nashville, Tennessee, Mr. Antonio Dash, good morning. Bill Parker, thank you. Darren Ranson, sir, out there in Nashville, thank you. David Briner, thank you so much. Mr. Carter, good seeing you, sir. Miss Melissa Vaughn, thank you. Natalie out in Vegas, and Natasha, regional director out in Fresno, California. Miss Zoe Duffy, thank you so much. And I would like to recognize the other regional directors, Mr. Marvin Carter out there, sir, thank you on the front lines, and also regional director from Fresno, Mr. Chris King and Ms. Rose Guerrero, thank you so much. So I'd like to give respect to all the regional directors I can see out there. Today we got a great call. This young man always has a great conversation, and I just love that view from his place over there. And not only that, he has a great story. I always love when he tells about the Harriet Tubman story, and when the movie came out, I was probably one of the first ones in the theater to watch it, but I love him telling that story, and he's just such a great leader. He's a full-time dad, and that means a lot to me because, you know, anybody can have a child, but it takes a real father to be there for his children, his child or children. And I have so much respect for him. He's from the San Diego area. He always does a great presentation. So this is the first time we had him on a Zoom call since everything went Zoom and Zoom. And without further ado, my dear friend from San Diego, California, the one and only, the great Mr. Julian Lewis, Regional Director. Let's all give him a hand. All right. You unmute you. There you go, sir. All right.
I think I got it. Sweet. So I want to talk to all of you guys. I'm very excited about what we're going to be doing this morning. And just to let you know, for those of you that don't know me, I remember the first time I met Mr. Thomas. It was years ago. It was in my mentor's penthouse on top of the Omni Hotel, connected to Padres Stadium in San Diego, California. And all I can tell you is I was blown away. And it was, see, I didn't know what to expect. As an engineer, I thought it was going to be complicated. I thought ACN was going to be extremely complicated because I thought that's how you made money. I thought you had to do more and do all these other things. But what I found is it was simple. And Mr. Thomas, he broke down a particular way of doing business, which was a method of operation. And just by following that on a regular basis, I started seeing success. I started seeing results. And I remember when he first showed it, it was on a whiteboard in my mentor's place. And I said, to myself, Mr. Thomas, I don't know if you know, but I said, it can't be that simple. It can't be that simple. And I said, but I'm coachable. So I started following it. And sure enough, we got into some success. We got promotions. We got to President's Club. We saw 5 figures in a month. And I couldn't believe it. And I got bit by the bug, and I could never go back to corporate America. And I really owe it all to you and everything that you do worldwide. So thank you for your leadership, sir. Thank you for your friendship. Now, just to give you guys a little bit about my background, so we're not complete strangers. Prior to getting involved with ACN, I was a senior systems engineer. I was working crazy hours at my job. I was beyond busy. I really didn't have a lot of time for myself or my family, and that became a problem when my fiance and I found out we were going to have a baby girl. Good fortune came my way. I was introduced to this business by my first mentor, who shared with me the ACN system, which allowed me to build my business around my crazy schedule. And over time, it enabled me to come home to my family and become the type of father that I felt my daughter deserved, who is, by the way, 14 years old. And just like all of your kids, I know, right? It's crazy. All of your kids, I mean, she's she's in a new norm, getting used to going to school via Zoom. Like I think everyone, adults, everyone's getting used to going to school via Zoom. And so it's crazy, her mindset though. I'm so grateful for this business because she said, we were talking about it. And she said, Daddy, it's pretty simple, but we were talking about a cocoon. And I want to share this with you because my talk today, there's going to be some ACM, but I just want to talk about where we're at right now. Because if you can understand where we're at right now, you can take not only your business, but your mindset and everything else to the next level. And I told her, I said, baby, isolation isn't bad. See, the masses, and I really want to share the difference. The masses think isolation is bad, especially if you're put into isolation and it's not because of you, it's because of somebody else. So a lot of people have anxiety right now because they don't feel in control. See, they realize for the first time ever that their good job, they're not in control of that. They realize for the first time ever that they're not in control because of the virus. They're not in control now on whether they can go outside or in California, in Southern California, we just had a few beautiful days and people were going through anxiety because they can't go to the beach. They can't go to the pool in their complex because everything is shut down. So people have anxiety because they don't know what they have control over. And I said, baby girl, you always have control over your response and your reaction to things that happen in life. And I said, you can take this like the average person and go into isolation and binge on Netflix. And listen, don't get me wrong. It's okay to binge for whatever. If you did it for 8 hours already, get to the bottom of that, okay? Go ahead and binge, get to the bottom of it, and now let's go to work. It's okay to be human. But I told her, if you use isolation like a cocoon, you come out transformed. See, the ironic thing is a caterpillar has to go into isolation in a cocoon with only itself. And it comes out and it has to break out of isolation. So not only does it go in for a transformation, there's a fight involved. And the fight is with itself in isolation. And when it comes out transformed into a different creature. And I told my daughter, isn't it funny how butterflies don't hang out with caterpillars? See, you got to know the difference. You got to understand that when you come out different, there's going to be a new norm after coronavirus or COVID-19. And listen, I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing. I understand there are people dying. There are people that are going through it. And if you've been impacted in any way, shape, or form, my heart goes out to you. But I want to talk to you right now about being a leader during this time. I want to talk to you about being someone that's not just a part of a business, but is a part of a movement. See, 18 months ago, we started doing Zooms on Sunday at 5 p.m. And on Wednesdays, we would do them at 7 p.m. Chris, I know you know that. You've seen a few of them. And it's because as a business owner, you have to think moving forward. It's always moving forward. We're never moving backward. And if we look at traditional business gives us an idea of what can happen in network marketing if we're not moving forward. See, in traditional business, there are a lot of old guys and gals that still had buildings where they would keep, I don't know if you know about these buildings, but they would house these people in these cubes, in these buildings from like 8 to 5. And the building made them feel good about themselves because on top of the building, they had their name. And it made them feel good about their ego. And they called these buildings corporate America. And so they would pay every single month an overhead for these buildings. Some cases they owned the real estate underneath it, but in most cases they didn't own the land. They were leasing the building so that they can show people how great their business was. And so they were wasting money when technology had already taken them into a place where people could work remotely. And here's what's something that I want to share with you that's extremely important. Sometimes the most amazing transformation comes through pain. And see, we're in a nation that's hurting because of these uncertain times. But what I'm sharing with you is that it's that pain that pushed a lot of these old school thinkers to say, we still got to make money. How do we do this? Get everyone a laptop, get everyone a monitor, get everyone a keyboard. Let's get them to work through their VPN, their virtual network at home, so that they can still do business. And here's what happened. These companies and these owners are starting to realize that for over a decade, they've wasted money in having the adult daycare, AKA corporate America. But here's what also happened. Americans are starting to realize that their jobs aren't as essential as they thought they were. And that's painful too. And then you have to understand that in pain and realization and reflection comes the knowing that you deserve more. And so there's a lot of people right now, just like in 2008 in the crash, that are seeing their lives, and they're seeing what they've built, and they're realizing that the coronavirus is a great equalizer. And so for someone who's made millions, who's lost millions, that can be very painful. But here's what I want to share with you. All that means is it's a level playing field for each and every one of us right now. And not just in corporate America, but also in ACN. See, all the Circle of Champions members are doing the exact same Zoom meetings that you're doing right now. See, there's no difference. There's no driving to a home meeting in a Maserati anymore. See, the home meetings are happening right here. And what was so exciting is yesterday we did a private business Zoom. We had over 20 people in attendance. But in that meeting, from this very spot that I'm talking to you right now from, we had somebody from Australia on the Zoom event. We had someone from Boston on the Zoom event, from New York City on the Zoom event. We had someone from Arizona, and we had also people from California on the Zoom event. And what I'm sharing with you, in 15 to 20 minutes, we have people ready to get started with us, business owners, traditional business owners, people that had kids running around in the background. One of my new executive team leaders showed a butterfly that his daughter made for him, who's 4 years old, who has her own little baby mask to go outside, that can't wait for things to go back to normal. And what I'm trying to share with you right now is this is a special time. And as the money shifts, what Mr. Thomas taught me years ago is money doesn't disappear. Money just changes directions. And if you're not facing the direction that the money's chasing, that means that you're gonna lose your money. But right now with ACN, with essential services and essential work, we're in perfect position virtually to be able to take over and show people that they can generate income without having to worry about what a stimulus check is doing, without having to worry about what their job is doing, without having to worry about what their owners of their old companies are doing. They don't have to worry about furlough being something bad. See, furlough can be something good. Furlough can allow you a short period of time to go all out massive action and create a result in your business. And worst case scenario, if it doesn't happen the way you want, in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or whenever this thing is supposed to be over, you can have something to go back to. But my question is, what if you use this like a cocoon and you developed a mindset and a work ethic and a skill set with this virtual platform we have right now, and by the time this coronavirus situation was over, you came out better? What if you came out better? What will it look like if you had multiple streams of income coming from ACN? And you might think, well, it's one stream of income. No, it's not. See, Mr. Thomas will tell you, every single organization you have is like launching another business. See, you are like a corporation with multiple businesses underneath your entity. What would it be like if you launched several different teams during this time and you got focused, and instead of being distracted with Netflix and
social media and memes and what's exciting today for the average person, you got distracted with being focused on your dream and your journey and your vision of doing something different. Because here's what I want to share with you. The Circle of Champions members that will be a part of ACN are new. They're going to be brand new, and they're going to be the ones that master this new landscape. If you haven't been on the video conferences, here's what I want to tell you, and I'm always very blunt. Everyone right now is trying to figure it out. And when people are in a space where they're trying to figure it out, that's when it's easiest to muscle your way in and build to be the greatest. It's always in time of uncertainty. You can look back to the Great Depression. You can look back to the crash in the 80s in real estate. You can look back. See, history always proves it's always the people who are focused on moving forward during this time that are going to create and gather the most land while everyone is looking around them trying to figure out what the government is going to do. Why don't you figure out what you're going to do? And it's so simple, guys. Any one of you can go to my Facebook right now and take a look at what we're doing. Understand this. We're in a virtual platform. The whole point is to have a human connection. So how do you get a human connection across on a virtual platform? You got to realize some things have changed. Number one, you can't give out all the information at once. I remember Tony Cooper saying it's like pizza being your favorite dish. And if I kept feeding you slice after slice after slice after slice over time, you don't want to see another slice of pizza again. So you got to be careful with how much information you're giving people. See, it should be brief, it should be high energy, and it should be connected. And what does that mean? If you're on with me right now, I'm looking at you right now because I'm looking right in the camera. So number one, if you're brand new and you're using Zoom, whether it's on your laptop, right now I'm using it on my cell phone. But if it's on your laptop, you want to make sure that you get into a lit area. You want to make sure people can see you. You want to make sure that when you're doing a testimonial, you are looking right into the camera because those are the eyes of the people on the other side that can see you. Okay, that's where you start with human connection. Number two, you want to make sure that if you're doing Zoom presentations, that your Zoom presentations are brief. Brief meaning 15 to 20 minutes tops with testimonials, which means your testimonial that used to be 30 seconds has to be cut down to 15. That means that when you're doing the whole presentation, if you're going past 20 minutes, you're losing people. Here's why. Because we're already sitting in our homes. People don't want to sit down in their homes and watch something that's going to take forever. Tony Cooper said you're training people from the moment you say hello, and people are thinking, number one, is it simple? Number two, does it work? And number three, can I do it? Now, if I'm in my home and I'm on a 45-minute presentation and I'm listening to this and I think it's great, I'm also thinking, do I have time to do this? And I'm also thinking, do my friends and family have time to do this? So you want to keep it short, simple, brief, and high energy. What's the next thing? Make sure you inspect what you expect. So I hope you're taking notes on these. You want to inspect what you expect. What does that mean? However you're inviting, whatever your invite is, make sure that you understand you need to follow up even more now than ever before. See, because we're on a virtual platform, we're not talking in person. There's more follow-up. There's more contact. If there's more contact, you have chances of a higher result on your private business Zoom. Okay? Also, your language. What is the language that you're using? Are you talking 80s language? Are you talking language of today? And see, it's important. Larry Raskin taught me with what he did in his career that it's important to stay fresh with your vocabulary. What is the vocabulary? We have a project that we're expanding. We're doing a talk today with some people that we're thinking about onboarding. These are the different types of language that we're using that is attractive right now. See, We're doing a talk at 7 o'clock for 15 minutes about what's taking place in the essential services and how you could possibly work remote if you have a smartphone and you have Wi-Fi. If anything, it's going to be educational. You should hop on with me and see what's going on right now with business today. See, those are conversations that are fresh. Those are things that people are looking to hear about. And you can go to my Facebook and check a video that I posted that has that language on it. You can use it. You can ask questions. We did a post. I gotta give a shout out to Miss LaQuanda Buncombe, one of our regional directors, because she is amazing at Facebook marketing, guys. She did a post and everyone's using it. She's been doing this for hair forever. So you can go take a look at the post that I did. It says, and some of you are already using it. What category are you? Number 1, essential worker. Number 2, work from home. Number 3, no work. That's LaQuanda Buncombe all day. So if you're seeing it all through ACN and network marketing, that's her. What I got to tell you is this: it works. People love to put 1, 2, or 3. They love to do it. And so when you have them posting 60, 70, 80 comments on your page, I'm a 1, I'm a 2, I'm a 3, here's what happens. Give it 24 hours. Don't be like all the network marketers out there. People are, you gotta have some sensitivity, some empathy. People are hurting right now. So don't have someone put 3, no work, and you hit them up in 2 seconds. Hey, you open to making extra money? That's the easiest way. That's like a man, my mentor, and I am not politically correct, so please, God, forgive me. Mr. Thomas, forgive me. But my mentor told me this a long time ago. He said, you can go up to a girl in the bar, and you can say, time stands still in the presence of your beauty. Or you could go up to the same woman and say, damn, your face could stop a clock. Can we agree it's the same, but it's not? Okay, so it's about how you do it. It's about timing. So wait 24 hours. Reach out to everyone, 1, 2, and 3s, and say, if they're 1s, if they're essential workers, thank them. Thank them for what they're doing. Say, hey, I saw that you're a 1, you're an essential worker. First and foremost, I want to thank you for helping to keep our country together. Second, what do you do in essential work? Start to figure out what's going on with their life. There are essential workers right now that don't want to do essential work, but they realize if they stop working, they don't have money, so they put themselves on the line, even though they don't want to, with a mask protecting them from a virus that we don't understand. So you want to have empathy. Say, listen, I don't know if this would benefit you, but we're doing a talk on the situation in the country right now about remote work and how people can generate a result that way. And listen, I know someone's successful in it. They have a project, they're doing it nationwide. It's going to be for 15 minutes. I think you should get on with me. Take a look at what's going on. Just weigh out your options. If someone's a 2, if someone says, well, I work from home right now, ask them how it's going. A lot of people are going crazy. A lot of people are going crazy working from home because they thought it was going to be better, but their companies figured out a way to give them a bigger workload. And now they're trying to manage that workload while managing their home and managing their family. They have kids running around. They're trying to stay focused. They're trying to be on the phone with their clients, and it is stressing them out. There's no escape because usually you could escape to work. And when you were at work, you could escape home. And now they can't escape. So there are people that are working from home right now that don't like how they're working from home. And so you have an opportunity to say, hey, listen, I know you have work from home, but we don't know how long this thing is going to go. And I know some companies are running out of money. Some companies are running out. Listen, would you ever be open to seeing a way to build a business from home, remote, so you're not stuck at home, but when this thing is open, you can build anywhere you can access the internet from a smartphone? Third, people that aren't working. You don't want to jump the gun. There are some people that aren't working just because they weren't working before coronavirus. Some people are retired and they're comfortable with that. So you want to ask their situation. Number three, so people aren't working. Hey, I saw that you aren't working. How is everything? Is everything good? What did you do before you weren't working? Are you retired? People are like, no, I'm not retired. I lost my job. I got work furloughed. This is horrible right now. I'm looking for, I can't find, it's hard to find work because everything's remote and not everything is essential. They're going to tell you their situation. And when they tell you their situation, you can say, listen, my heart goes out to you. I don't know if this can help, but I'm assisting someone who's helping a lot of people to get remote work. Notice I didn't say work from home. I said remote work. See, that's what's going on right now. They're dealing, listen to this, they're dealing with essential services. And I see you on there, Ashlyn. Ashlyn, we can agree that essential services, essential is extremely important right now, yes? See, when you say that, it connects with people. They realize, what does it pull at? Oh, I need something essential, because those are the people that aren't losing their jobs right now. And so people are going to be drawn to taking a look at what's going on with your essential services business more now than ever before. You have the ability to be attractive. Here's the other thing. We all still have to go in and get groceries that aren't buying online. Is this true? We still have to go out and snatch toilet paper rolls every once in a while. Is this true? Okay, so when you go out into public, even though you have a mask on, with your eyes you can smile. Even though when you have a mask on, you can still connect and speak and say, man, this is crazy. You get to the cashier and say, listen, my heart goes out to you. How are you hanging in there? See, Mr. Greg Provenzano said, look, just look at the situation, connect with people. Because the people that are working in the grocery stores, they don't all necessarily want to work. I have a good friend of mine who just got started with us 2 days ago that I've known for years. He works 10 plus hours a day at the grocery store as an essential worker, and he doesn't like it. And so he wants to go crazy in ACN. He has his private business Zoom at 8 o'clock on Monday, and he wants to make sure that he doesn't ever have to go back. And if there's another virus, he's not on the front lines, because he has twins at home, twin babies, and they have a toddler. So they're a family of 5, and he doesn't want to put, because of him coming home, get his children sick. You guys understanding what I'm talking about? So just because someone's essential doesn't mean they want to be. And if you know this, a lot of essential workers have been posting, essential means disposable. So there's so many chances for us to make change right now, to be in a movement, not just a business. See, when you get behind a movement, it's not about the finish line. It's about helping everyone to finish. When you become a part of a movement, it's about shaping the reality that we're in right now. There's a lot of fear. And here's what's interesting. We all have viruses that are in our body right now. They actually promote our health. And the ironic thing about the way the human body works is that, see, your immune system, when your immune system is weakened, stress can cause that. When you stress the system, it can cause a weakening of the immune system. And here's what's so scary about that. When a virus comes in, a foreign virus, it's not the virus that makes you sick. It's your immune system overreacting to the virus. So now your immune system overreacting to the virus starts attacking the good cells in your body, as well as also the bad cells. But because it's attacking the good cells, you start to feel off. And you know what's so scary? As a species, that's what we're doing to this pandemic. See, as a species, we're over, and what's happening, it's killing good things because of fear. And that's the stressor that's causing the herd mentality. And what I'm asking you to do right now, as a leader, as someone on a mission, as someone that has vision, is to walk away from the 95% and decide to become a leader who does something during this time. We all have families. We all have people we love. What if you were that person that people looked up to because you decided to have a backbone and get consistent right now? So guys, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I hope you got some of those training points on making your Zooms better and being more effective in what you're doing. Remember, keep it short. Guys, little quick bursts. That's all people need, like modules, so that they can learn this thing and move and get to the next level. Mr. Thomas, I appreciate you as always. It's great to see your face. I like the platform and what you're doing. I love everything that you've taught me. I know my daughter appreciates it because I've been home with her, and I can't wait to see you on the next Zoom, sir.
Sir, we want to thank you so much right now. You know, you did a great call, and I think a comforting call and a way to help people understand what to say, how to say it, and be passionate in today's market and what we're in front of, because this is the new norm, folks. So get ready for it. Even after May, June, July, whatever it is, it's the new norm.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be some people that's going to be so messed up they're not going to be the same anyway. So let's get ready for it and get used to it. But also, like I said, it's a perfect time to build your business like never before. People are circling back around that said no to me 6 months ago, a year ago. I was on the phone with 2 people this morning. It's amazing. Folks, I want to thank you. Thank you so much. Who's that, Natalie? Thank you, dear. Saying Mr. Julian Lewis, amazing call. Hey, can we give Mr. Lewis a hand real quick? Can we tell him how much we appreciated his call today? He was amazing. Matter of fact, let's see if we can get him to come back for next Friday again and enlighten us in next Friday. I'm enjoying the view of his of where he's at right now. I'm loving that view he's got in the back. I mean, see, tell me ACN doesn't work. If you're a new person, I'm not a new person, but I'm telling you, I love our business, and he's been with us for many years, and that's why he's enjoying his time at home with his daughter, because here again, that's what we have, is a great home-based business. All right, with that said, today at 1 o'clock, Mr. Oren Solomon, today at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then tomorrow, Mr. James Allen, 1 o'clock. Anyway, the 4 horsemen, 1 o'clock today and 3 o'clock today. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And also today, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I'll be back at 6, just for everybody anyway, for our team, because anybody can join it. And then I'm at 6:30 on the night, Ask Al at 6:30. So with that, I want to thank everybody on the call today. And Mr. Julian Lewis, thank you. We got you down for next Friday, sir?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Oh my God, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. So with that, I want to thank everybody. I'll talk to everybody at 1 o'clock today. Take care. God bless. Be safe. Have a great day. And remember, people are still looking. Bye-bye now. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Lewis.